What was the biggest adjustment psychologically, emotionally, that you had to accommodate?
You know, I'm interested. I keep hoping that Rodney gets this chance. It was almost as hard to reintegrate back into free society as it was to integrate into unfree society.
Really?
Yes, having your whole life regulated down to you can't take a shower without someone monitoring you changes you. And it is a challenge to go back into the world that is forever changed. You can't go back to who you were. You have to try to make meaning and sense out of what happened to you, which so often is meaningless and senseless.
Why is he not angry? I talked to him after 22 and a half years, and I said, how angry and bitter are you? And he said, I'm not really angry and bitter at this point. How can he say that? You've been locked up like that. How can he say that?
Right now, he is look at him. He's in an incredibly stark, dangerous, scary situation. And at least in my experience, you can't indulge your worst emotions when you're surviving.
Has it changed you forever?
Yes. Yeah, understatement, yes. I mean...
You don't get over this?
No. I mean, this is a grief and a trauma that all wrongfully convicted people carry with them for the rest of their life. I have a podcast called The Truth About True Crime that I do with my partner, Christopher, and we look at different cases and try to really humanize the people that are at the center of them.
Right. All right, let's take a break here. Next, mistakes started happening from the moment police set foot on the murder scene, much like what some say happened to Rodney Reed. Mistakes that cost Amanda her freedom and may cost Rodney his very life. Plus, I'm going to introduce you to the music executive who has dedicated his life, we're talking about over 25 years, for fighting for people like Amanda and Rodney. He's going to join us next. We'll be right back.
I started my podcast about 3 years ago. I thought if I can help exonerees share their stories, and in so doing, help to prevent even one wrongful conviction from happening in the future, then let's do that.
And later,
that's just the extra tragic kernel to Rodney's story.
They can't screw it up and then disallow it because they screwed it up. I'm sorry, that doesn't work.